Hey there! Welcome back to Chapter 2 of Tom's Agile Corner, or something like that. I'm going to come up with a good name for it, but I don't have one just yet. Anyway, today I want to talk about my favorite subject. It's going to come up a lot when I'm talking because, as far as I'm concerned, Agile practice is all about getting customer value delivery right. In fact, the Agile community's kind of gotten a little bit of a bad name lately. Some of you may have heard Capital One let go of their entire Agile practice group. I don't think they stopped practicing Agile, but I do think that they recognize that it's sometimes becomes a thing in and of itself, and that's not what we're looking for. We're really looking for folks that can help deliver customer value more quickly. That's what Agile is really all about. And so I want to just talk you through some of the high-level processes or steps that good teams take to get there. And of course they start by figuring out the work that needs to be done. And you don't do that without experiencing what the user is going through. You know, as a musician, when my band performs, we get instantaneous feedback after the songs we play, and we listen to that and we start getting a sense of what kind of music people really respond to and enjoy. That's direct feedback, and anytime you can get direct feedback from the people that are deriving value from your work, well, that's gold. That's what you want to do. And so depending on what kind of products you're making, that could be easy or hard, but you should try. Always try to get some input of some sort, the best you can get, before figuring out what to build and how to build it. And then when you do decide what to build, create a prototype. Do something quick that you can share and get some feedback on. For example, my band records all of our rehearsals, and sometimes we come up with ideas for tunes, and I share them with a few people whose opinions I respect and say, hey, what do you think of this? And I know those people give me honest feedback, and if I get then maybe we won't pursue the tune. But it's good to get that feedback and before you really go to work and perfecting something and putting a lot of time into it. And so that's something any team that's building products should be doing is checking along the way and making sure that what they're building is something that people are going to like, and getting that feedback as quickly as possible. And that's a fundamental of being Agile. Then the other thing that you do then ultimately is you put it out there, and you never know exactly for sure whether you've hit the mark. I mean, sometimes it's easier than other times, but you're always looking for that feedback. Feedback is critical, and when it comes to feedback of customer value, sometimes that's really hard to get. You can ask somebody, hey, did you like that? But unfortunately, just being satisfied with something doesn't necessarily always translate to value. Sometimes people will say they like something, but then they don't use it. Well, why don't they use it? Well, because they're not getting value from it. That's how you know. You may have a really cool vacuum cleaner with a lot of features, and you show it to somebody and they go, wow, that's really cool, but then they don't use it. Why aren't they using it? Well, it could be like, my vacuum cleaner, it won't stand up by itself. I hate that. I got to prop it up against something or lay it on the floor. I wish it stood up by itself. It's a small thing, but it makes me want to get rid of that thing and buy a new vacuum cleaner. Of course, I made an investment and I'm stuck with it. And that may be fine for your products, but it's not a glowing endorsement for other people to buy them. So if you can get direct feedback on the actual value that somebody is deriving from your product, that's so much better than just satisfaction. Sometimes surveys can ask very specific questions to get at that value, to try to assess whether it's there. Whatever you choose to do to measure the effectiveness and the value of your product, try to get as close to measuring value. Does the product do for that customer or that user what they need it to do as possible? If you can't, if you have to settle for indirect measurements, well, it's better than none. Obviously, you always want to be getting feedback on whether the thing you've built is good. And with that, as per usual, I'm going to do a little outro, some music. This is some music my band created just last week. It's totally improvised, and it's the kind of stuff we like to do to keep ourselves sharp when we're playing together, even stuff that we've planned. We know that if we can play stuff we didn't plan well together, we can play stuff we planned really well. So with that, I hope to see you real soon, and thanks for listening.